Hi, it's Pastor Jerry with Raised Ministries again. I'm here with my good friends Dan King and Steve Bauer and Rodney Bunch. And Rodney's being my cameraman today. So I've shared with you before, you'll learn your chicken's timetable. Mine, they lay between about 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. This one comes from a Araucana. It's a green egg. I've also got some that are called olive eggers. They're a darker olive. This one is a brown egg. It comes from a Barred Rocks. They're a different breed. And they're just absolutely beautiful. That's a green one. So if you raise pigs, and we will one day, we'll have green eggs and ham. How about that? Dr. Seuss ain't got nothing on Raised Ministries. But a chicken, for the most part, most chickens will lay 6 eggs in 7 days. Some will lay more, some will lay less, depending on the breed. And you can see these. So I wanted to give you a tip about eggs. People, where we go, Dan, all of us have been overseas in places that is kind of interesting. We're so used to having eggs in the refrigerator. Most countries in the world don't have that. You don't have to refrigerate eggs if they have not been washed. When they are laid, they have a natural biological element, a kind of a, I think they call it a mucus layer, but when you feel this egg, it feels silky. Would you feel that, Dan? Here's Dan the man. It feels silky, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. If you wash it, you wash off that natural part of the egg, and then you have to refrigerate them. So by law, for store-bought eggs, and they're usually laid by leghorns, they have to steam clean them to get any manure or things like that. You'll see a little bit of this. It won't hurt the egg because there's that mucus part that seals the pores of the eggs. Eggshells are porous. When I'm incubating them to hatch out small chicks, they breathe through it, and they have to have air. Another thing about eggs is there is a pointy end and a top end. So you always want to put the pointy end down. And like this one, for a very oval egg, you have to get that right. If you don't do that, they won't hatch because they suffocate. The nature of an egg has an air sac at the top, and that's the way the chicks will breathe. So you can see this once again. We just did a video about why I have the golf balls. I've not lost my mind. It's just, if you get a black snake or a snake that likes to eat eggs, they can't differentiate between an egg and a golf ball. So that just tries to discourage things other than us eating the eggs. So if you ever get some farm eggs, if you don't wash them, you can leave them on the counter for at least a month, sometimes 60 days. I'd probably say don't keep them longer than 30 days just to be safe. A lot of folks, they'll eat them quicker than that. Also on our eggs, the shells are a little tougher because these animals get all of the nutrients they want. They get all the feed they want, get lots of calcium. In a hatching factory, the chickens are often not treated humanely. These are free range. I take them out in the pasture, sometimes pasture raised. We have a little double entendre pasture raised eggs, and they get lots of nutrients. So their eggshells are a little tougher. You have to break them. It's a little harder because they get plenty of calcium. Calcium costs money, so in the feedlots they don't get much of it, and it's just got enough calcium to hold the yolk in, basically. You know, if you're dealing with eggs from the store, they're easy to break, and sometimes they're broken by the time you get them home. But this is the nature of it. These eggs, they have a much darker yolk because they get plenty of protein, and they have a better taste, in my opinion. Never knew that till I started raising my own chickens. And most of the eggs that you buy at the store will already be 30 days old before they get to the store, because the laying houses, they like to ship them once, so they'll keep them to 30 days by law, ship them in, and then they can stay in the distribution houses and on the shelf for another 30 days. So having some chickens in your backyard, if your locality allows it, is a pretty good idea. You get plenty of eggs. I've got 29 laying, so I get about 27 to 29 eggs a day, and we're looking for outlets to give them away. So once again, just a few lessons about eggs. If you ever go overseas, you'll find them unrefrigerated because they're unwashed. Doesn't hurt a thing. If it's got a little dirt or a little chicken manure on it, you can wash it off with just lukewarm water, maybe a little soap if you want to, just to be safe. But the biggest issue why they do it in the stores is to wash off any manure, because they have salmonella problems in laying houses. There's so many birds are in such tight proximity. With free-range birds, you have very little instance of that. They're very healthy. If I ever have a sick chicken, which, knock on wood, thank you God, I have not had any sick chickens, we take them, separate them. We don't take eggs from sick chickens. So the natural way is always the best way, in my opinion. This is Pastor Jerry saying goodbye and God bless. We thank you for watching and ask you to say a prayer for Ray's Ministries. Check out our website. We're trying to get better with it. You can find us at pastorrays.com or raysministries.org. Hope you'll come out someday for a training and learn to do raised bed gardens, raise chickens, raise tilapia, raise honeybees, raise rabbits, raise sheep, raise goats, raise pigs, but most of all, raise the hopes of people who are hungry and need the gospel. Goodbye and God bless.